Well, welcome everyone back to Community Heroes. Here, as always, we're here just to bring those unique stories about individuals who have overcome barriers. We raise awareness and things like that. I want to say thank you to everyone that has stuck with us, supported us. Um, and before we go to this video, just got a few moments to promote ourselves. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment. If this is your first time seeing our videos, go back and check the other ones. We have our social media platforms, follow them. So today, I got an opportunity to reach out to someone who's interested in playing heroes. So it's always awesome to talk with those individuals. So today, I'm going to dive into talking with Jay. Jay, I'm going to let you introduce yourself because I can't do an introduction better than you probably can of yourself.
Okay. All right. My name is J.Edwards Holt. I'm an author of fantasy fiction. Most of what I write is in the young adult category, but I've also got a children's book. Aside from that, I do some writing of religious material, and I write regularly for a health and wellness magazine.
Yeah. So, Jay, and if I'm wrong, please correct me. I think you work also for the is it Exceptional Today magazine, or
Yeah.
you collaborate
Hmm.
with. So,
Yeah.
if you guys have been following this, you probably remember last year we actually partnered with. She's gonna kill me. I can't remember the founder of the Exceptional magazine. Uh,
Yeah. Amy Katie Tobit.
yeah, I
Hmm.
agree with her. And Amy's such a nice lady. She was willing to help us raise awareness by providing some content to just educate individuals. Um, so that just that connection is gives opportunity to run into you. How long have you known Amy?
Let's see. I've been writing for them since 2020, so that's when I first connected with them.
Okay. So are you what area are you from? Jay?
I'm originally from Henderson, North Carolina.
Okay, okay, Jay. I just want to put that out there for our listeners. I'm in Goldsboro, so you are North Carolina based uh, with us. Um, so, Jay, what was like? I guess your moment when you knew that you kind of had a passion for writing.
Hmm. Um, it really started when I was in elementary school. I always loved writing stuff and reading stories, and it pretty much followed me up until I guess it's been about 7 years ago now is when I decided to kind of take it back up and try to write a book, and I put something together and released it, and then when I got some good feedback from it, I just decided to keep on doing more, and now I've just you know kind of got the fever for it.
Yeah. So, um, do you do you have like any academic background in like literature or writing, or you just decide like, I'm gonna try this and just kind of dive into it?
Yeah, pretty much. I went to school to be a teacher, and I ended up deciding to switch to literature instead. So,
Okay. Um. So as you know, with um our organization, we also kind of just highlight if an individual has like a disability or anything like that, we kind of bring that out now, not to really put the person's disability in the forefront, but more so my agenda is always to show that if you have a handicap or barrier, that you can always go on there and do something what I like to call like an extraordinary. You know,
mm,
too often sometimes individuals have disabilities or they have rare barriers that most individuals don't have. And you, when you don't see this around you, you don't realize that you can still, go on and do some real things. So, what now is what I'm asking you is, I don't, do you have any disabilities or anything like that that you feel comfortable talking about?
Yeah. When I was 10 years old, I was diagnosed with Tourette's, and for me, along with that came severe anxiety disorder and depression and ADHD, and then around my teenagers years, I started having OCD, and all of that is has followed me through my whole life, and so it's it can be really disabling at times.
Yeah, and for those who may not know for the first time, I myself have myosin deficient muscular dystrophy, and you hit a key point a while ago. When you do have a disability, sometimes it can be overwhelming, and you kind of get in a funk to where you feel like you're not progressing, even though you may have made some major milestones, but sometimes you have your tough days. Um, so, um, and, and I just want to, have you ever found yourself in the situation where you had to mentor and kind of get them out of the place you might have seen yourself in at some point in time?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I very much enjoy helping people and passing on the knowledge that I wish I had had before. Yeah, I've had a number of mentorship experiences.
Yeah. Um, so, and then you said with your Tourette's, I know you said that's one of your diagnoses. And again, with now, I would call that a invisible disability because as we're talking now, there's so many stereotypes and stigmas of what some disabilities should look like or what the behavior is. But as we're talking now, you know, I really don't see not what's perceived as the traditional side of someone who has Tourette's. So it seems like you have, kind of mastered, kind of controlling, signs over the years.
hmm Yeah, it's there's different forms of it. I guess there's the ones with the involuntary movements, which is what most people you know uh, think of when they think of it. But then there's the milder forms, which is kind of what I have, which is just um, you have more sort of impulses to do these ticks and things, and you can hold them in for a certain amount of time. Um, it just kind of builds up tension and everything. But for me, it's always been um, a lot of it has been invisible. Because people can't always see anxiety, depression, and OCD and things like that until they really get to know you. But on the surface, they can't see things like that. So it certainly has been looked at as invisible before.
Yeah. Um, so, Jay, let me ask you this. What can you name a time to where you found a, as far as, one of the things that I'm really pushing for in our nonprofit is to raise the awareness to make sure places really make an effort to be inclusive and before they construct or design or whatever, they make sure that they try to invest to make sure it's accessible to the majority. And have you found yourself in a situation, whether it be traveling, just being out leisure or whatever, to where you know you became frustrated because you know there was a failure somewhere when your disability wasn't really you know taken consideration.
For me, it was mostly, growing up in school and some in college. It was just, there were very little accommodations for people who, you know, like me, that had so much going on in their mind, I guess. And, there was just really, I guess, no sympathy and not a lot of understanding for it. Um, that was extremely frustrating to me and uh, my mother as when I was a child and stuff. Eventually for high school, I was homeschooled because the schools just didn't accommodate people who were different very well. Um, so that's mostly what it's been like for me was in school.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely hit echo. Then I had my mom moments where I noticed those things, and it was sometimes very small things. I remember for myself, uh, one small incident was I was in middle school, and I was, now I'm like every other middle school kid. I love basketball, and being hanging out with the guys and with the best the coach, the Pacers. He was a basketball fan, so we always would gravitate to him. But the gym outside part had it was like a big cement slab, and in order for me to get to the gym, I would have to make sure I was inside the building, and then you come out of the building, there was like an overhead shelter that led to the gym that was separate from the school part. And
Mhm.
it was like if I was outside and I wanted to go in there, the gym, like the regular kid, they can just step up over the ceiling slab and go directly to the gym. I, on the other hand, would have to drive all the way back to the main part of the schooling part, so I can find a flat area to come right back up there, walk shelter, and get back to the gym. When a simple fix could have been two things: getting some wood or something like that, and maybe a small ramp, threshold ramp on Phoenix Lane. But eventually they just went and paid, got some cement, and made a little small ramp. You know,
Mhm.
some people that would say, "Oh, it's just minor. We can bump it up if you need to bump the chair up and get you over the cement slab." But the point is that it's a matter of independence. You know,
Mhm.
you don't want, but like you really don't want the bump. You want to be independent, like your fellow counterparts.
Mhm.
And that's the thing. Coming in a lot of times when you're disabled, you have those minor things like it can be a nuisance. Um, so I'm glad you shared that. Let me ask you this, because I'm learning for the first time, so I'm going to probably probe you with a bunch of questions. Um, do you have, are you married or do you have any kids?
I don't, and I'm
Okay.
not.
You're there, okay. Yeah. Yeah. But I have two. We have a 7-year-old and we have a 9-year-old. And I've been married to my wife for 11 years. And, I love my boys, but and used to have hair. Now it's all gone. You know, because my son he thinks the house is his gymnasium. So
Oh yeah.
he's all over the place, jumping all over the place and stuff. And
Mhm.
but yeah, definitely. If you can get away with being like a godfather, or if you got some nieces and nephews, that's the best thing. Get them and then drop them back off somewhere.
Yeah. Yep.
So, is there anything that you would like to share? Because like you sound like I know with a lot of writing you've done and other things like that, I'm pretty sure there's some things you're passionate about. I don't want to overshadow any thoughts you may want to share with us.
Yeah. Well, I'm passionate about writing, of course, and about world building. Currently working on a book, hopefully to release in the next couple of weeks. It's just kind of like the foundation for the fictional universe I've created or whatever. Um, so I'm really working on that. It's going to have pictures in it and everything. Um, aside from the writing, I'm passionate about, um, you know, uh, getting positive messages out there, helping in the community when I can, and kind of, being an advocate for people with mental illness or really any kind of disability. Um, working with exceptional needs today. I'm very glad that I came across them so that I could, be a part of that because it's really, I think it's really made a difference and it's a really great magazine and everything. So yeah, those are some things I'm passionate about.
Yeah, it's exceptional. Like when I ran across in that, and I'm always following the post that she whoever puts them up for the organization on Instagram. I'm always looking at like this excellent information. It's always been good, and I would love to continue to follow you since you're writing this new book, that you said, just to help promote it whenever you finalize it. Um, especially with books in the media, it kind of highlights, diversity because it's another thing that I'm glad that we're finally getting to the point where we're highlighting that everyone doesn't look the same. And,
Yeah.
what- I mean, that's awesome. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, but yeah. So that's it. Some of the things that we've done. As I said before, this year I want to really push a lot of the interviews and really bring some unique stories to the forefront. Um, and like yeah, I truly appreciate you talking with us. And usually we do like 3 webinars, so
Hmm.
like I would never be in contact with you because yeah, we may reach out to you, may be a part of that.
Cool.
Another thing that I want to really push is you try to not let you with influence. We did a Twitter chat during Autism Awareness Month, and that was just
Hmm.
an opportunity for us to kind of engage with our Twitter followers, but also uh, for those listeners who do not know what a Twitter chat is, it is basically a usually mine was an hour, which is a series of you dedicate an hour and you have a series of questions and you put them up like within that hour. I may throw up 20 or 10 questions, something like that, and wait. You have a time duration, and people chime in with responses, and they can ask questions, and you have a
Cool.
dialogue back and forth. Uh, it's very good because if it's done properly, you then can actually have download and have like a fact sheet. You know, you can use that as a resource later on. So I would love to have continue to have some professionals that know a little bit about autism or specialize in that area and would be willing to help dedicate an hour during that time. So, uh,
Yeah.
that for me,
Yeah, I don't have autism myself, but I have worked with a number of children and adults that have it. I've
yeah,
got some experience with that.
yeah. So, but yeah, so we got other avenues also. We got examples. I don't have it, but as I can see it, just with knowing a little bit about it, I am another individual is that person. But yeah, Then, no, I'm trying to think. There any other questions? I feel like I probed you with so many questions
Oh, it's
already.
fine.
Um, but I can't think of anything else. I know you said you checked our website. Was there anything about our site that you found particular interesting? Checking it out.
Let's see. It's been a while. It was I just thought it was really cool. I didn't realize. I don't think I knew you were based in North Carolina, but that's even cooler to know. But yeah, I saw the badge or something on uh, one of our magazines or something, and I just thought the website was really cool.
Yeah, and I think you also mentioned you would love to take the I pledge. I think what you said you would like to take the I pledge. I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. I guess campaign or it's basically something I made up for people to really take it to heart. And I was like an allegiance, type of thing.
Hmm.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think you in the message you said you were interested in that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for those listening, if you go to our page, we do mention about signing up to do the outplays. Uh, and when I was creating Community Heroes, uh, what Community Heroes really is the manifestation of all my skills that I feel like that I had that were not really being utilized because uh, from like a work standpoint, I've always had part-time jobs, but I got numerous years of mentoring, educating all those things. My passion always has been kind to others, mentoring, and always making sure that at the end of the day, whenever, it's all said and done, people talk about me, they talk about I was always considered others first. So when you read our plans, it basically says, do you players fully understand that when you go out, you're willing to consider others, and at least first, and try to help others, and try to make that your goal to, be the best, advocate for, yourself, but also others. Um, and I typed it up, made it look nice, and, so, because a lot of times, another thing I realize, people say things, but it becomes a reality when they see it on paper, and they have fun telling it, So, so that's what I put in. Definitely when we get off this video, I will send it to you when it be out. You have a digital sign copy with my name on it to make it, official and unique. And, so you can frame and put it on your wall and say, you know, this is something I took personally, a personal thing I just want to make sure that, this is a creed I want to live by. Yeah. I feel like we can get more people to, go by what that place see, you can see a remarkable difference on what's going on right now
Right.
in the community. And I don't want to get on that soapbox, but I'll say this and I'll leave it alone. There has been a high level of violence and things like that being captured on video, especially in the school system.
Hmm.
Uh, and, and I feel like there's something minor like this, who would decide to do kind of others first would make a dramatic difference.
Right.
Yeah. So I think this part is a good point right here. The wrap up, Jay.
Okay.
I really appreciate you so much for one, allowing me to jump back into this interview. 'Cause it's been a while. Uh, and had a lot of stuff going on. You know, that's the other side of being a savior. Sometimes you have your good seasons and your bad seasons. So I had to step
Yeah.
back. But again, I did an interview the other day, and you're my second one. got a couple more prepared now. Thank you for helping me get back in the out with this interview
Well, yeah, thanks for having me.
too.